Good morning, students. Welcome to my commerce class. Today we will do the third function of management, staffing. Now, in an organization, the owner, the proprietor or proprietors does not or cannot work all alone by himself. He needs helping hands, human beings, to help him to run the organization smoothly and achieve the goal objective of the organization. So every organization requires human beings or helping hands. Just like, for example, you can take your own school. Our principal cannot run the school all by himself. He needs helping hands in the name of teachers, fourth class employees. So he has to recruit or select people to do the particular job according to his ability, capability, skillness, experience. First, we will write or understand the meaning of staffing as given in the book. You may note down the meaning, features, you may mark them. The question can be asked, what is staffing? State any three features of staffing. Meaning, staffing may be defined as a process of hiring and developing the required personnel. Personnel means people, workers, employees to fill in various positions or various vacancies in the organization. Second paragraph, it is that part of management process which is concerned with recruitment, selection, placement, utilization and development of employees. Up till here. Three features. The first three features you take. Part of management. Actually, an employee or employees are part of the organization. They are not someone outsider. Staffing is an integral part of management process. It is inherent in all organizations because people comprise an essential part in every organization. Management involves getting results or getting the work done through people. Up till here. Then we have the second one, pervasive function. The word pervasive we have done earlier in the chapter, functions of management. Pervasive means that it is applied in every field of organization, not only in school, not only in business, but every aspect of our life. Staffing is a function that is performed by all managers at all levels of organization. Levels here means at the higher level, at the middle level, as well as at the lower level. In every level there is a manager and under him there are workers, employees, personnel who help him to achieve the goal of the organization. Every manager has to deal with the subordinates to get things done. Therefore, staffing is required in all functional area. Functional areas like your production department, sales department, finance department, personal department, marketing, sales. They all are functional areas. Already told us now, such as production, marketing, finance, banking, etc. Then third, concern with people. Of course, staffing deals with recruitment, selection or giving work to a human being, people. Staffing is concerned with people at work and their relationships. It deals with employees both as individuals and as groups. It is concerned with the management of human beings. Up till there. Then the next topic is importance of staffing. You can take huge investment, long-term implications, key to other functions, liberalization and globalization, multiplier effect. You can take A, B, C, E and F, these five. Now the first one says huge investment. The creation and maintenance of competent, capable people who are able to help you to achieve the goal and dedicated who are people who are honest. Workforce require considerable investment in terms of time, money and efforts. the return on investment in the procurement and development of staff can be high or low depending upon the manner in which the staffing function is carried out. If you need 1 or 2 people, then the investment or expenditure will be less. You have to make an advertisement, you have to invite application, that may take less time. But if you're going to have a huge selection, a huge recruitment of 100 people, then it may require huge amount of investment on advertisement, on paperwork. So a lot of time is required in selection, in conducting tests or interviews. Then long-term implications. Investment in human resources has long-term effect. Therefore, decisions in the area of staffing are crucial, particularly in case of managerial personnel. Moreover, human resources can tend to become obsolete, outdated with advancements in technology and other changes. That is, there are human beings who may not be able to cope up with the latest technology. People who are doing their work in their own way without the help of machines or computer, they take more time, so there is delay in the work. Then multiplier effect. People are the most valuable asset of an organization. Other assets such as land and building, machinery and equipment, money and materials become productive only when people use them properly. The quality of human resources has a multiplier effect on all parts of our organization. Without proper staffing, the success and growth of an organization are not possible. That is, if the right person is recruited or selected or appointed at the right time, then only he will help you to achieve the goal of the business and help you to use those machines, those equipment, those money, materials in the right way. Then key to other functions. Without people, without human beings, an organization is like an empty shell of job positions. Staff injects life into the organization by providing the right person for every job. The effectiveness of directing and controlling function also depend upon the staffing. Hiring and development of competent and dedicated staff enables an organization to function successfully in the changing environment. So, the functions of management can only be achieved when there is a proper person or person selected at the right time and for the right job. That is, a person who knows that what he has to do. Then only an organization will be fruitful. Liberalization and globalization. Skillful management of human resources become essential for success business in the modern era of global competition. Moreover, serious moral and legal issues are involved in the acquisition, utilization and discharge of employees. Acquisition means giving recruitment to the person who is more neat. Utilization, taking full utility or making best use of his services. And discharge of employees, that work or the result that comes out from the employees. Due care is required to be on the right side of law and ethics while performing various activities of staffing function. That is, all legal aspects of an organization must be kept in mind. The worker must not be exploited. Then we have steps in the process of staffing. I will give you notes in this in more organized form. Meaning of recruitment. I have used this term while explaining to you the meaning of staffing. Recruitment may be defined as the process of publicizing information or inviting people to apply for job in their organization where there are a vacancy or there are more than one vacancies in the organization, and inducing, attracting, inviting the prospective candidate or candidates to offer themselves for appointment in the organization. You may be hearing in the news that our CM has agreed or decided to fill in the vacancies in the organization or give jobs to workers who are unemployed. Then have the steps involved in recruitment, the given here A, B, C, D. They are only just one line answer. You can prepare from the book itself. Identifying the sources of supply of adequate number. That is, first of all, to decide how many workers, people, or how many people are to be recruited for the particular. So number is required. Like suppose you require 10 people, 20 people, 100 people, or just one person. And the right type of person required, and the person who is most capable or responsible to take up that job. Publicizing information about job vacancies, that is advertising, either through newspapers or through internet. We have so many ways of advertising now in newspapers so as to stimulate or to prospective candidates to offer themselves for employment. Third says assessing ordinary resources of manpower and choosing the best, so that is you're going to decide from their application according to their qualification, according to their work experience. You may assess them, select them. Contacting the chosen source of recruitment to secure application, that how will you, the source of application, where the people or the person can apply, that is called source of recruitment, where you can get your application, whether newspapers or through net or online. Then sources of recruitment, there are two types of sources of recruitment, internal sources and external sources. Internal sources mean that you may recruit or give work to the person within the organization. These refer to persons already employed in the organization or recruitment from within. Various vacancies at higher levels may be filled up by promoting persons from lower levels. Shortage of manpower in one branch of factory may be met by transferring surplus staff from another branch of factory. So you may be promoted by giving exams within the organization, or you may be transferred from one place to another holding the same position. Now the meaning of promotion is very important. What is promotion? Promotion means shifting an employee to a higher post carrying greater salary, status and responsibility. You may be working as an assistant manager. Now there is a vacancy in same organization or somewhere else. You are promoted as a manager. So more responsibility, more salary, higher salary, you get more money and more responsibility. But what is transfer? Transfer means to shifting an employee to a similar job with no change in salary, status or responsibility. That is, there may be vacancy of a manager at another place or another city. So you may be transferred holding the same position of a manager and taking over responsibility as a manager, but drawing the same salary. Promotion involves upward immobility, that means you are moving from a lower level to higher level, whereas transfer means horizontal mobility, moving from the same level. From if you are in the middle level, you are a manager in the middle level or manager in a production department at a place, you may be given or transferred from another department holding the same position of a manager. Sometimes ex-employees of the organization may be re-employed. Then you have external sources, that is you are recruiting from outside the organization. Various external sources of recruitment are advertisements, employment exchanges, campus recruitment, direct recruitment and internet. These 5 sources you can take. There are given 9 of them, but you can take these 5. Now the first one says advertisements. As you know that prospective candidates are invited through newspapers, through magazines, through internet, through so many means are there now. Advertising in newspapers and journals and on television is a common method of encouraging people to apply for jobs. Whenever an organization wants to inform or invite the public about job vacancies, it can issue an advertisement. The organization can use a post box number if it does not want to reveal its identity. The organization can use a wide range of candidates. Advertisements also provide a wide range of candidates, but it often brings a flood of response. Many applicants are often unsuitable, and so time and effort have to be spent to sort out such candidates. Then there are employment exchanges. which register the names of job seekers and maintain records of their qualifications, experience, etc. Employers inform these exchange about the vacancies. These exchanges then refer names of people having the required qualities to the employers, but employment exchange may not be able to provide candidate having specialized skills and experience. Then campus recruitment, you must have heard from your seniors, they are doing BCom or they are doing MBA or they are doing BTech or BSc. They are recruited or given work from when within the campus. The companies come and conduct their recruitment procedure, interview them, have group discussion and give them job within the campus only. Jobs in industries have become technical and complex. Therefore, many organizations approach colleges, technical institutes and management schools to fill up positions. They conduct interviews in these institutions and shortlist candidates. Many educational institutions have placement cells to assist employers in their recruitment effort. This source is called campus recruitment. Then direct recruitment. Sometimes a notice of vacancy is put up on the factory gate or office notice board. People may read it and assemble on the gate at the specified date and time. This source is used to fill up casual or temporary vacancies at the lower level. A foreman or supervisor may be deputed or selected or recruited to select unsuitable, unskilled workers. And fifth, internet, which is the in thing now. Certain websites provide information about both job openings and job seekers. www.naukri.com and www.jobstreet.com are examples of such websites. Internet has become a very popular source of recruitment. That's all for today.